So, what does the Bible say about peace? You have the peace that the world gives, and you have the peace of God and the Bible. In the world, you will have tribulations, you will have bad things happen, and maybe you can just try to fill up with this world, but this world will never give peace. It will only be more and more, and you have to fill up that cup and it just pours back out. It will never satisfy if you try to find peace in this world. If you want to fill it up with money, with other things, it will not be peace. But if you fill it up with the Word of God and what God say about peace, you will find peace that passes understanding. So, if we see in John 14:27, peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. I do not give you as the world gives. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not be afraid. So here it stands clearly that He will give His peace to you. And it also says that He will not give the peace that the world gives. So here we can see that there's a clear difference between the world's peace and the peace that God gives. And it's important to emphasize that we live in a fallen world. Bad things happen. So when we feel the peace of God, that doesn't mean automatically that the hardship of the world would just erase and not happen. We live in a fallen world where evil people have the right to do evil things because they have free will. You can clearly see that in Psalm 23 in verse 5. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. So here you can clearly hear that the enemies, they are around you, but in the midst of the battle, He prepares a table before the enemies, in the presence of the enemies. So that means in the midst of your hardship, in the midst of your battle, you can actually have peace. And that's total opposite of what the world says. The world's wisdom of peace is that nothing bad happens and you just feel joy and happiness and everything is good. But when hardship happens, then there's no peace. That's the world's wisdom. God's wisdom is that you can have peace in the midst of everything that is bad in the world. Even though what you're going through, you can have peace in the midst of it. And that is not easy. It's not an easy path to renew your mind and to steadfast on God and what the Word of God says about you. The devil, he wants to kill and destroy the Word of God. So this is a battle between renewing your mind, what is true in the Bible, what God says, and it's a battle between the lies of the enemy, what he wants you to believe, and the truth about what God say about you. In Colossians 3:15, it says, "Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful." So in the hearts we can have different things that rules, but here it says that the peace of Christ, it has to rule in your hearts. It has to be number one. It has to be on top of everything that is difficult and hard in your life, the peace of God. So if we renew our minds every day, pick up our cross and renew our minds so that we have the peace of God in our hearts, that's the best way to live. It is not the easiest way to live, but it's the best way to live.